Hey, welcome back to another Life in My 30s video. A large portion of this video, I am not speaking in it. And I realized that when I was editing and I thought, this can't be right. I'm not going to just lay over some music. I will actually have this one be a video where I share a couple of thoughts that I've had over the last couple of weeks, but also where I speak a little bit from the heart. I'm going to talk about things that are not really spoken about, that happen once you get to a certain place and a certain age, and you look back on, the relationships that you share with people, whether it's your friends or your family, and how you come out of them, right? Or the person that you become because of those relationships, how they shape you, how they grow you, how they break you in instances, and they change the core fabric of who you are. Sometimes they change us for the better, when we get older. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes certain relationships need to be let go of. Sometimes someone is in your life just for a chapter, whether it be a friend, or whether it be a lover, or whether it be even a family member. I think when you get older, you realize that not everything is cut and dry. Relationships are very complicated. They're very complex. One of the things that I watch a lot on TV, on Showtime, is the show called Couples Therapy. And I follow it even online. And it's actually showed me about how dynamic relationships can be. And even though this show focuses more on intimate relationships with partners, however, it also just lends you to the thoughts of this is typically what happens in grown-up adult relationships and with friends and with family, and how they really change who we are and what we become. A large portion of our lives, we realize that the things that happen to us as children are things we cannot control. How we respond to the things that happened to us when we were children as adults is something that we can control. And I have lent myself to the thoughts that I'm very well aware of the person that I have become as an adult. And I often ask myself, do I like this person that I've become? Do I actually like the version of me that I see and feel and become, especially in my engagements with other people? And I've realized over some time, I've been having a really existential crisis of some sort, especially when it comes to the relationships that I have with people that I care about. You'll see later on in the video, I speak about how I am going through something difficult with someone I care about, and it's a good friend of mine. And I find myself in a space where I have to make decisions that I don't want to make, because for the fabric of who I am, what is right and what isn't right, and how it makes me the person that I am, and am I okay with things turning out the way that they have in this particular instance. And I'm not sure. It's a little bit of an existential crisis, right? But I also realize that I do not like the version of myself that I become when I think about certain people, and if they get me to be so emotional that I completely unravel to such a point where I do not recognize myself anymore. I like to recognize myself even in the people that I share my time with. I like to be free and comfortable, and I like to be open and honest and express myself and be in a space where they can do that with me as well. And I feel like something might be wrong when I am in a space where I can't express myself to someone I care about, or I completely unravel because of someone I care about, and I become a version of myself that I do not like. Either I get really angry or really emotional in terms of the fact that I will cry and get upset and lose my marbles. And can you hear the plane in the background? My goodness. And the thing about that is I don't do that often. I am quite good with controlling how I feel. If somebody upsets me, I'm really good at trying to dissociate from that moment and losing my marbles. I literally just find a space where I can calm down and think about my thoughts and come back, So it doesn't happen very often where I lose my marbles over something. But I think also becoming older has taught me that you can't control how somebody treats you, but you can control how you treat other people. And I don't make it my mission in life to make people upset or to make them feel sad because of my words or my actions. I try to do everything in my power not. I like to be someone's safe space. I like to be someone's comfort. I like to be someone's place where they can rest. Think about the analogy of a field, a meadow field, right? I like that. I like to be that for someone. So when I get to the point where I am finding that I completely unravel and I become so unhinged, I become very upset with myself the day after or in the moments after that. And as much as I have learned that it is very important to apologize to someone and express yourself to someone, I've also come to learn that I do not want to ever put myself in a position where I've made someone feel so bad that I'd have to go on an apology tour. Why did I even do it to begin with is what really, really I find upsetting. And in my quiet moments where I am cooking and I do not talk and I share with you, the camera is on, I think about things like this. There's two very important people to me that I found myself in situations with recently that have really left me feeling hard-pressed in my sadness, but also in just disbelief and of how I can treat people and how they treat me. And I find it very, very difficult to reckon with. But in my quiet moments, when I'm cooking, or when I'm cleaning my house, when I'm just hanging out, I think about things like this. And I really would love to know what you think when it comes to things like this. For now, I am going to give the other Katleho the mic so that she can speak to you for a little bit. And I'll come back to you and share a little bit more. But this is me speaking from my heart. I'm not having the best time in my life right now. Mentally. Other parts of my life are perfectly fine. However, mentally, I'm really struggling. And I guess this is what's going to be reflected in this video. My darling, could never make me hate you. Yes. Oh, lovey. Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. Hey, y'all. What did I do here? Did I spoil something? Hey, y'all. Welcome back. It's the beginning of a new vlog. I actually wanted to sit down and introduce the vlog to you guys because, as you can tell from the beginning footage, I am cooking. I was in the kitchen. It is now going on 12 o'clock. I was cooking and I'm pretty much done with the cooking, and then there's laundry going. So I didn't want to shoot this part in the kitchen because the washing machine is pretty loud. So I just wanted to welcome you to the new vlog. Hey everybody, it is a Sunday. Love Sundays for cooking, kesan. I love them so much. But there are those actually random Sundays where I really don't want to cook, and I won't. But most Sundays I wake up feeling in this kind of mood. Not every Sunday, maybe every other Sunday, but I wake up feeling in this kind of mood where I will type. Sorry, excuse me, but don't say peace. Where I will tidy up my house, and just make sure everything is nice. I changed my linen this morning, hence why the washing machine is going. I typically love to change my linen myself. I don't have Lily change my linen. Lily change my linen. Say that 3 times fast. I don't like having her change my linen because, it's where I sleep. It's where my body thing and cleanliness and all of that is, So I would rather do that myself, and then I wash the linen for her, and then when she comes, she will pretty much iron it and clean the house and whatever. So most of the time, I also don't like a full laundry bin of dirty clothes because I just feel like they smell. If they've been sitting in the laundry bin for a prolonged period of time, and I'm sensitive to smells. I pick up smells very quickly, so I will also do the laundry for her. So if I'm chilling in the house like it's a Sunday like today, I will do the laundry for her and chill and hang out. So when she comes, she just irons and she cleans my house, and I love it. I just make the workload a little bit less for her, So yeah, as you could see, I'm making some sticky Asian chicken. I want to talk to Tsepiso. I think it's Tsepiso, right? Please comment if you see this. She loves to say that when she watches my vlogs, she watches them with her mother. And her mother is always saying that she loves my cooking segments, but I never make gravy. Sorry, Dimamzo. Today there is no gravy. It's because the meat itself, it's a bit, it's marinated, So I'm just like, no gravy, no gravy this time around. And I did my bulgur wheat, but typically I will add robot peppers to the bulgur wheat. But the other day I actually made it like this, the way that you saw it as I prepared it with the corn and the tomatoes and the baby spinach. The baby spinach is an addition of greens, which is always great for your gut, okay? Fiber, okay? It's always great for your gut, but also it just switches up the bulgur wheat recipe that I like to do up a little bit more, right? So it's the baby spinach, which obviously you can eat raw. You don't have to always cook it. It's the baby spinach, the red onion, which you can also eat raw. You don't have to cook it. But I added it to the bulgur wheat while it was boiling up. So it cooked the onion a little bit. And then sweet corn and tomato. And I added those afterwards so that they still have their crunch. They are not cooked, so they still have that crunch. And I added a bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and a bit of seasoning. It tastes glorious. Baby, get off pay. Baby, get off pay. Never. The only thing that I cannot do, I'm very bad at, is baking. And I've said this to you guys. I'm terrible at baking. I am perfectly fine going to the store, buying myself a slice of cake or buying that banana bread or whatever, because I just fail when I attempt them in the house. So, shop. But cooking, the pots, me, please man. So everything tastes great. I'm gonna go take out the chicken. I don't know if ever I told you guys in a previous vlog that I was gifted this amazing book. Amazing, I'm assuming that it's going to be amazing. It's a translated works by Patricia Mello, and it's called The Simple Art of Killing a Woman. And of course, I think it's something very dark and probably a thriller or a mystery. But it has, I'm sorry, it has to do with addressing female violence, overwhelming female violence and femicide in Brazil. So that's the whole, and femicide, I think I did put this in a vlog because I remember saying femicide so South Africa. I remember saying something like that, but I cannot wait. I'm going to start reading this one today because I also have it on audiobook. So I'm going to listen as I read. But probably in the afternoon, I'm going to sit definitely somewhere in here and pour a drink. Right now, I'm still having coffee. Okay? It's 12 o'clock. But I also want to decide what to eat. I'm thinking just maybe a fruit bowl with some yogurt and calling it a day. But yeah, let's go get the meat out. Let's move to that section of the house again. I just wanted to introduce you to this video. So, welcome. It's a new video. As a grown-up, we're always expected to just have the answers and have it all figured out. I love how a lot of you on here say, oh, you're the big sister of the internet. Your advice is always so sound. It really puts me in a very difficult position because I then struggle to share that sometimes I don't have it all figured out. Sometimes I don't have the answers. Sometimes I'm afraid. Sometimes I have bad moments that I shy away from sharing online because I feel like I have been given this pedestal. I have been given this moment where I need to show up for you guys as the older sister of the internet. And of course, I'm also an older sister as well. So I have to have it figured out. When Naledi comes to me asking for advice, I try to make it sound. I try to make it sensible. I try to make it objective, even in times where I don't want to be objective for her. I want to take her side, but sometimes I can't take her side, and I need to show her why I can't take her side by being objective. But I then really struggle when it comes to me. And as somebody, I find myself as someone who lives alone. That's what I was trying to say. As someone who lives alone, I find myself with all of these thoughts and not really a space to share them or someone to share them with. One of the difficult parts of living alone, without a child, without a partner, without a sister or a brother, a friend that you live with, it gets really quiet sometimes. And people don't want to talk about that, right? They don't want to share all of that online. But it gets really quiet and it gets really difficult sometimes. And it's not because you want to have a partner or you want to be married or you don't or whatever. In my case, it has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with sometimes you need to bounce off your thoughts, your ideas, your emotions in a space where you feel like you're safe and you're protected and you're in that sanctuary, you're in that space. That is a very difficult reckoning when it comes to being an adult, where we need to realize that sometimes you can't do that. You kind of have to have it figured out, but you don't. And that's where I'm leading. You don't have to have it all figured out. I'm 38 and I don't have it figured out. There's certain things that I don't know how to approach, certain things that I approach incorrectly. And I don't ever want you guys to look at me or watch my content and think, man, she has got it all figured out. I don't. There are many things that I do not have answers to, but I just get up and show up every day and believe that through that, I will grow, I will heal, I will figure it out, but I do not need to have the answer today. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like because of where you are in your life as a grown-up, as an adult, that you have to have things figured out. Because you don't. You absolutely do not have to have it all figured out. And I wanted to share that with you. I don't have it all figured out. Many things in my life are going great, but sometimes I have these little mental days, like today. I don't feel my best, and I wanted to share that with you. So even when you see me laugh and cackle and crack jokes and do unpopular opinions and have little moments where I have thoughts with the Real Talk videos. It's just that. It's just my thoughts. But I never want you to see it or see me as somebody who has it all figured out, because I don't. And I'm still learning, and I'm at a point in my life where I am okay with actually saying it out loud. I don't have it all figured out. And I'm in a season in my life right now where I don't. And if you're there as well, it's okay to feel that way. You're not alone. I'm with you 110%. Be kind to yourself and extend yourself some grace. Okay? Okay. Hello. I think I just... Hi. I think I just remembered that I don't think I talk in this vlog at all. All the content that I've shot on this vlog prior to this moment, I don't say a damn thing. I don't introduce the vlog. I don't nothing. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a really weird place in terms of just mentally how I'm feeling right now. So it becomes really hard to talk. And sometimes I spend my days talking, right? Because I coach and at work, my 9 to 5 and my coaching. Like, basically, I have to talk. Every single day at some point I'm going to talk. That when I have a moment to myself, I don't talk, right? I don't want to talk. And it is literally a day before my birthday. It is June 5th today. Tomorrow is my grandmother's birthday. And then on the Saturday, it's mine. And I realize that every time my birthday rolls around, I get really weird, right? I get really, really weird. I get down. I get into a really unhappy space. And I think it's largely because in the last couple of years of my adulting life, every time my birthday came around, I was either overwhelmed or worried or stressed out about something that I didn't have or give myself the opportunity to fully enjoy my birthday, because there was always something in the back of my mind, right? So that's how I feel today. I've been feeling it this whole week. Every time it comes around, I just want it over and done with. Apparently, it's a very Gemini thing that I don't know. I'm not big on astrology. However, I do follow some astrology, and I'll watch videos and things, and some stuff I'm just like, okay, kind of makes sense. Some stuff I'm just like, my lips are dry. So every time my birthday rolls around, I really feel like crap. I do. And this year's no different. I want to know if some of you feel like that. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm getting older. I like this period of my life. I like being older. Okay, I enjoy it. It's like drinking a very expensive bottle of wine, and I love it. But I just feel down because it's not that I'm getting older, but it just always happens to come around at a time where, number one, my birthday is on the 7th. So typically celebrations where people kind of want to celebrate you, they don't happen very often because it's the middle of the month, almost the middle of the month, and people are just kind of like weird again about celebrating winter birthdays, and this is my personal opinion, right? Celebrating winter birthdays as opposed to celebrating summer birthdays, because when it's nice and warm and you want to dress up and look cute, I want to dress up in my winter coats, man. I love winter, right? But people get weird about celebrating winter birthdays, and also when it's directly in the middle of the month. You know what I'm saying? There are always going to be those people who are going to celebrate you anyway. Doesn't matter. But I just feel weird on this here birthday. And there's just been a lot of stuff that has been going on in my life regarding someone I value so much. And we're not in a good place right now. And it's put me in a space where I have to make very difficult decisions. And when I think about that thing, it just hurts me, man. So I'm not ready to, I don't want to talk about that. But I'm not in a great place. I wouldn't say that I'm unhappy, right? I'm just down. And I just want my birthday to be over with. That's all I got for you today. That's all I got for you today. I was literally working all day. You saw the footage prior to this. I was dressed in black, but I have officially changed to my more comfier lounge wear. And this sweater you've seen probably 1,000,000 times on this channel, and I've had it for years, so much so that it's becoming very clear that it's old. You won't be able to see it unless I get closer. Yeah, you see that, and I still love it so much. It gives me a sense of comfort, like a warm hug, like a wrap, right? I'm gonna make some dinner and watch something comforting, pour myself a drink, and go to bed. I'm going to see my grandmother on Saturday, so I'm not going to see her tomorrow because I'm going to be seeing her on Saturday. The family is doing something for both our birthdays, so it's cool. It's one of the best things about my birthday is that it's literally a day after my grandmother's, and that is just chef's kiss. I wonder actually if my grandmother was a baddie back in her day. I wonder if she was a baddie back in her day. Probably was, because I'm a baddie, but I'm very undercarpet baddie. I'm not out. Those baddies you just see just by looking, Yeah, I'm a very spicy hand, me. So I wonder if my grandmother. I'm gonna make some dinner, man. I'll talk to you guys. I will properly sit down tomorrow and have a chat with you guys. I really hope this isn't the only clip that I have on here that has me talking. That's kind of crazy to me. All right, love you guys.